Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to the Pershing Auditorium at the Indiana War Memorial Museum for today's United States Army Financial Management Command Change of Command between Major General David C. Coburn and Brigadier General Mark S. Bennett. The reviewing official for today's ceremony is General Gus Perna, Commanding General, United States Army Materiel Command. We'd like to welcome our state and local community representatives, general officers, members of the Senior Executive Service, Department of the Army civilians, officers, non-commissioned officers, friends, and family attending today's ceremony. The United States Army Financial Management Command, known at the time as USAFMCOM, was created in 1991 under the Assistant Secretary of the Army for Financial Management and Comptroller to provide liaison and service between the field, major Army commands, the Defense Finance and Accounting Service, and the Assistant Secretary of the Army for Financial Management and Comptroller. It was responsible for overseeing all finance, accounting, and tactical unit management issues which impacted the Army community, to include policy guidance, systems design, and systems implementation. It performed on-site assistance and assessment visits and strove to develop workable solutions to the wide variety of financial and accounting problems that the Army faced at the time. On March 2, 2016, Major General David C. Coburn took command as the first commanding general of the United States Army Financial Management Command, now known as USAFMCOM. In 2017, the United States Army Financial Management Command was elevated to direct reporting unit status. On October 1st, 2019, USAFMCOM became a major subordinate command under the United States Army Materiel Command. Today, the United States Army Financial Management Command serves as the Army's focal point for all finance and comptroller operations. Today, USAFMCOM enables readiness by providing enterprise-wide finance and comptroller capabilities that facilitate accountability, auditability, and stewardship. The dedicated soldiers and civilians of the United States Army Financial Management Command are responsible for the delivery of Army-wide financial management functions, including system support, audit and compliance support, financial operations support, business process standardization support, and for providing operational oversight of Army field financial management activities. Musical support for today's ceremony is provided by the 38th Infantry Division, Indiana Army National Guard Brass Quintet, led by Sergeant Paul Mergen. The color guard for today's ceremony includes members from the 310th Sustainment Command, Expeditionary, United States Army Reserve, as well as members from the United States Army Financial Management Command, and is led by Command Sergeant Major Courtney M. Ross. The earliest use of ruffles and flourishes can be traced to the time of England's Lord Marlborough, who used kettle drums to announce his arrival. English colonists brought the tradition to the colonies during the French and Indian War, when 2 ruffles and present arms were given for Virginia's royal governor. In 1776, the Continental Army authorized a fife and drum unit to give ruffles equal to the number of stars a general possesses. For today's ceremony, 4 ruffles will be played in honor of General Perna, Commanding General, United States Army Materiel Command. Please rise for the entrance of the official party, the rendering of honors, and remain standing for the playing of the national anthem and the invocation by Chaplain Matthew Smith of the 135th Chaplain Detachment, Indiana Army National Guard.
Good morning. Would you join me in prayer as your faith tradition allows? Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this beautiful day that we can stand before you. On this day, we ask for your presence with us as the command of the United States Army Financial Management Command is handed over. We come to you because this peaceful exchange of command reminds us of the freedom we have as Americans, a freedom that you have provided and that you allow. We thank you for the faithful service rendered by General Coburn during his time in command. Thank you for all that he has done for the organization and for the United States Army as a whole. We pray that you will continue to bless him and his family in the days ahead as they shift their focus and energies to new goals and into a new chapter of life. We know, though, that General Coburn's support for the Army and to the United States will not waver, and we thank you for his loyalty and service. Grant him and his family many blessings and the satisfaction of a job well done. Bless him as he relinquishes command to capable hands with trust and anticipation for great things ahead. We ask also that you go before us and prepare the way as General Bennett assumes command today. Bless him and his family as they seek to be an inspiration to the members of the United States Army Financial Management Command. Strengthen General Bennett, encourage him, and empower him to lead in such a way that others are naturally drawn to follow and excel. And we ask for your favor upon General Bennett today as his work begins as the new commander. And finally, Lord, we ask that your Spirit dwell among us today, that this ceremony would not just be another event on our calendar, but a benchmark of excellence for us all to follow as we seek to be all that you have called us to be and all that our country needs us to be. And in your precious and holy name we pray. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. At this time, Sergeant First Class Sarah Rodriguez is presenting a bouquet of red roses to Mrs. Denise Coburn on behalf of the command. The red roses symbolize the love and affection the men, women, and their families of the United States Army Financial Management Command feel for her. The flowers are on full bloom to symbolize that this relationship has grown and developed over the past years, and serve as a simple token to remind her that she will forever be in our hearts and memories. Sergeant First Class Brandon Guy is presenting a bouquet of yellow rosebuds to Dr. Yvonne Bennett on behalf of the command, representing the beginning of new relationships soon to be realized in the command and the community. In time, her roses will blossom, as will her relationship with the command and the community. The change of command is an ancient military tradition that can be traced to the Middle Ages. The very soul of a military unit is symbolized in the colors under which it fights, for the colors record the glories of the past, stand guardian over the unit's present destiny, and ensure inspiration for its future. History dictates that the colors lead the unit into battle. The Command Sergeant Major is entrusted to safeguard the colors for the unit, and his participation in the passing of the colors demonstrates his last act of allegiance to the outgoing commander and ensures the continued efficiency of the organization. Today, you will see Major General Coburn pass the United States Army Financial Management Command colors to General Perna, who will then pass the colors to Brigadier General Bennett. This symbolizes Major General Coburn relinquishing his command to General Perna, signifying his mission here is complete. General Perna then entrusts the incoming commander, Brigadier General Bennett, with the command. Brigadier General Bennett returns the colors to Command Sergeant Major Ross for their care and safekeeping. By authority of paragraph 3-1A Army Regulation 600-20, the undersigned assumes command of the United States Army Financial Management Command, effective 25 October 2019. Signed, Mark S. Bennett, Brigadier General, United States Army, commanding. Ladies and gentlemen, the Commanding General of the United States Army Materiel Command, General Gus Perna.
Well, thank you, everybody, and I will tell you, for some that do know me personally, they're recognizing that I have a little bit of a pause in my conversation this morning or my presentation, and quite frankly, it's just because I'm at awe. Being in this memorial, its grandeur, its representation of those that came before us, I find to be just overwhelming and spectacular. And I think it's a very fitting place to have this change of command. And so I appreciate the great support of the community, the partnership with the command, and the choice that was made to have this here. I just think it's spectacular and fitting. So well done, well done. So good morning to everybody, and I just want to say how exciting it is for myself to be here. As we saw a very important event just occur in front of us, and I'll talk about it a little bit more. And I want to thank you for joining me as we farewell General Dave Coburn and his wife Denise, and more about that in a moment. And we welcome Brigadier General Bennett and his wife Yvonne. And before I go any further, I'd like to introduce some key people that have traveled quite a bit to be here today. Honorable Robert Spear and Mrs. Spear is here today, former Acting Secretary of the United States Army. Sir, it is always special to see you, and I appreciate your continued leadership and support. Lieutenant General Thomas Horlander, who is our money person up in the Pentagon right now. We can't do anything without him. His leadership is just spectacular. I would tell you, Thomas, it has been a remarkable tenure, you and I working together. You serve all the commanders, but I've always felt special attention, whether it was on purpose or I perceived it. But I got to tell you, what you do every day for our Army is people do not understand. And to the latest significant feat, the amount of money based on your leadership that we have saved by digging into de-obligations, hundreds of millions of dollars, direct reflection of your leadership and your team, and I'm really grateful to call me a partner of what you do. So thank you. I think I can't spot him off the top, but Lieutenant General Retired Edgar Stanton is here. Sir, oh, sir, there you are. Thank you. I didn't see you over there. Sir, it is always good to see you, and I continue to say thanks for your support and friendship. Thank you very much. Miss Terry McKay is here, the Director of the Defense Financing Accounting Service. Ma'am, thank you. Indiana State Representative Carly Macer is here. Please, ma'am. Okay, not here, but I'm going to. I did the applause because my speechwriter said applause, so. The backbone of our Army, led by Command Sergeant Major in Army Materiel Command, Army Command Sergeant Major Roger Mansker is here with me. Sergeant Major Darnell Carbell is here with me. Sergeant Major, great to see you yesterday. Command Sergeant Major Courtney Ross, who's put this whole thing together under his standards and discipline, and his wife Jessica. Thank you. So welcome to all the general officers, senior executives, soldiers, Department of the Army civilians, representatives of this very patriotic community, evident by this memorial. and those who are watching us live stream. I just want to say thanks to all for what has happened today and what we're going to do in the next few moments. General Odierno, our 38th Chief of Staff of the Army, used to say, "The strength of our soldiers is our families." This certainly goes for the Coburns. Denise and Dave have been married for 32 years. She has been an incredible supporter to Dave throughout his whole career. And ever since he was a young captain at Fort Benning, they've been together. She has also been a strong advocate of the soldiers, the civilians, and their families in many organizations, and we're better off for all that she has done for us, to include times when Dave deployed twice to Iraq and once to Kuwait. Denise, thank you for all that you have done for Dave and your family, but thank you for what you've done for our Army. We are truly blessed to have you a part of our team. Thank you. But Dave and Denise didn't do it alone. They had two great daughters. Erin Sizemore and her husband Matt are here, and her son Collier from Columbus, Georgia, as well as Dana Kirkland and her husband Christopher from Marietta, Georgia. And just, I'm going to get this out. I still believe with all my heart, Georgia is going to run the table and be national champs. So just passing that, just putting it out in the universe. All right. Dave's brother joins us, Stan Coburn, his wife Betty, and their son Jeffrey. They're from Houston. Very nice, very nice. And to all members of the Coburn family and their friends, thank you for being here. Thank you for all that you've done for our Army and in support of your dad, your husband, your brother. We cannot do it by ourselves. It is the support team. But the strength goes on, as General Odierno would say, and it is also in the Bennett family. Yvonne and Mark have been married for 18 years. Yvonne has her PhD in bioengineering and is a program officer in the National Institute for Mental Health. She's also been an incredible supporter, right, for our soldiers, our civilians, and our families, and supported Mark on deployments when he was away in Afghanistan and separated on other assignments. And so for that, Yvonne, I want to say thank you for all that you have done for us, right? And then thank you for what you're doing for our community and your profession. Their children are here. Daughter Allison, she is a sophomore in high school and a member of the crew team and has no trouble telling me what a great sport that was. So I need lessons. I'm trying to learn how to do it. So good for you. And their son Matthew is here. He's a 5th grade and a big avid baseball fan. He's a little sad now that the Yankees are not in it anymore. Oh no, not true? True? All right, good. Matthew. It goes without saying, those of us in uniform, we understand what we do and why we do it. We know our purpose. We know why we exist. Most times, more times than we'd like to take responsibility for, the families that we ask to join us, the families that are a part of our lives, the families that go through our everyday stresses in our mission, our responsibility, the families who take care of everything while we're away. And where are we away? Deployed somewhere where the world needs us, and many times to combat in harm's way. Our families still sustain the foundation of all that we believe. Without them, we could not do what we do. So to all the families represented by the 2 great spouses and 4 children that I mentioned today, I just want to say thank you for all that you do, and I want to say thank you to this group one more time. God bless you. There's an old saying that the only constant is change. You have just witnessed change today. And this comes during a larger change for the entire command. From direct reporting unit to the Assistant Secretary of Army for Financial Management and Comptroller, to reporting to the Commanding General of Army Materiel Command. Your mission still remains enormous and important to our Army. As the Army leads our way in a multi-billion-dollar business. I said it. It's a multi-billion-dollar business. The worldwide financial operation of the Army is the responsibility of this command. The men and women of this command deliver functional management for our vast accounting systems, and you provide technical coordination to our finance and comptroller units across all components. You are the Army's lead for standardizing our business and management processes. This is a key to supporting auditability, which builds confidence in our ability to be good stewards of our taxpayer dollars. You were tasked with standardizing and fixing business processes in the General Fund Enterprise System, or GFIBS. You were tasked with being the Army's liaison to the Defense Finance and Accounting Service and to the banking sector, to provide innovation for e-commerce, to reestablish a field network quality to sustain auditability, to maintain business architecture, and to train our finance teams to go to war. You have executed this mission flawlessly. Spectacular work. October also marks the first month where Financial Management Command is a subordinate of Army Materiel Command. The mission has not changed. It is a change of leadership, not a change of mission and responsibility. And I would argue that the collaboration between the commands in support of the Secretary and the Chief's priorities will exponentially grow. The efforts that I just read are your responsibility, and I have 100% confidence that you will meet those requirements, that you will establish new, innovative, and agile ways of doing business, but yet allow us to still remain audible and, most importantly, in care of our Army, all three compos of our Army. As the Army transcends into multi-domain operations concept, we must address all domains. And inside of that, we have to understand where each of our capabilities need to reside to support our Army best. The logistics and sustainment functions required to support multi-domain operations concept will only be empowered and strengthened by the addition of this command. Our Army will be better. We will be able to protect and care for and serve our soldiers and their families. We will do this from where we live and where we train, the strategic support area. We, the U.S. Army Financial Management Command, will touch every piece inside the strategic support area. This command's alignment underneath the AMC will enable the command's ability to serve the Army greater. We will be able to optimize our structure and our processes. We will align all financial operations, field elements under the sustainment warfighting function. We will ensure an integrated procurement-to-pay capability for commanders by aligning logistics, contracting, funding, and dispersing and accelerate support inside of multi-domain operations. It will also extend our operational and technical reach and influence while enhancing direct oversight on Army audit efforts. Simply said, this change directly improves the stewardship efforts of commanders at all echelons, and it ensures the optimization of the Army's purchasing power that will enable readiness. But this transition would not have been possible with the outstanding leadership of Major General Dave Coburn. This general who rose from rifle platoon leader to serving as the commanding general of Financial Management Command, has done it all. But I will tell you, it has been his last footsteps, his last directions, his last guidance, and his efforts by leading by example that demonstrate truly that he understood his responsibility as a senior Army officer. I am proud to be here today. I am proud to pass the covered colors from General Coburn to General Bennett. Why? Because this leader thought bigger than himself and bigger than his organization to do what was best for the Army. It is a great example of what right looks like. Dave, you have done more in the last few months than many do in a lifetime, and I am incredible. And I know you're going to go through a retirement ceremony, incredibly thankful. And I know you're going to go through a retirement ceremony here in a moment, but I am going to take a moment to identify some of your other accomplishments. As the budgets became leaner and competition for funding increased, General Coburn's leadership ensured that the tax dollars entrusted to the U.S. Army were ethically and efficiently managed. He made certain that the recent Army audit was successfully executed, closing major audit recommendations. General Coburn also oversaw the use of GFIB spend plan tool across several Army major units, enabling commanders to better see and use financial resources needed to conduct their operations, and to ensure that the accountability and stewardship goes wherever the Army goes. General Coburn personally ensured that more than 2,400 financial management personnel were trained for operational support. Many of them were deployed to support operations in harm's way. The bottom line is, Major General Coburn operationalized this command to make sure our Army was ready to fight. So Dave and Denise, on behalf of the thousands of soldiers, civilians, and their families, and those you directly supported, millions, thank you for a job well done. Thank you for your tireless effort. Thank you for giving more than anybody should have to give. I wish you both the very best in all your future endeavors, and I'd ask that everybody please give me a big round of applause. Now I'd like to officially welcome this organization's new Commanding General, Brigadier General Mark Bennett. Financial Management Command is gaining a very experienced and highly capable senior leader. He has an excellent record of achievement, and he knows how to lead large organizations during complex and challenging times. I am confident that Mark is the right commander at the right time. Mark, my charge is simple to you. Focus on readiness. Ensure that we indeed are ready for war by facilitating the accountability and audibility and stewardship of the financial resources given to our Army. Focus on output to the warfighter, be accountable and hold others accountable, challenge the status quo, and at the end of the day, take care of and do what you think is right for the soldiers, civilians, and family members, and I will underwrite all your decisions. Mark and Yvonne, congratulations. I look forward to serving with you again. You might not, but I do. My sincere thanks to everyone that's attending here today. As our Chief of Staff of the Army tells us, winning matters. We've had a great winning team here. We're replacing it with a great winning team. This workforce is a winning team. I am confident that we will continue to win. Army strong. God bless America. God bless our Army, and God bless you. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the outgoing Commanding General, Major General David S. Coburn.
What a great day to be a soldier. And what a fine looking color guard we have up here. take this opportunity and bend your knees. So good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome and thank you for attending the USAFMCOM Change of Command. General Perna, thank you for hosting the ceremony today. I am mindful of the massive responsibilities you have as the AMC commander, and that makes it all the more special. As we sat in the ante-room and got ready for the change of command, General Perna and I were talking and realized that we were classmates in ICAF. I made it through ICAF. General Perna had a higher calling, called off in the middle of the class to go and command a brigade in combat in Afghanistan. Sir, thank you for everything you've done and continue to do for the nation.
It's an honor, Dave.
I'd also like to recognize the Honorable Robert Spear and his lovely wife, Maggie. Lieutenant General retired, Edgar Stanton. Lieutenant General Thomas Warlander, my boss, former boss. Mrs. Terry McKay, our incredible partner at DFAS. Fellow general officers and flag officers. Members of the senior executive service, command sergeant majors, other senior leaders, our national providers, which are so important, family, friends, and all the soldiers and civilians of USAFMCOM, thank you for your presence today. A special thanks to the Indiana Army National Guard Brass Quintet, Chaplain Smith, and the USAFMCOM team for your support in making this event special today, and it is very special. So as I look out over the audience, we have assembled an absolute who's who of financial management, our national providers, and the Army, and I have to tell you that it is humbling. To my beautiful wife, Denise, thank you for joining me now and always. You have been with me through thick and thin throughout my career, pouring your heart and soul into our marriage, our family, and the soldiers we have served, and I love you. More to follow in about an hour. And to my daughters, Erin and Dana, their husbands Matthew and Christopher. So this is the second to last ceremony you will see me officially participate in as an active duty soldier. You have sacrificed so much during my career. Of course, living in Italy for 7 years wasn't part of that sacrifice. Words will never be enough to express the love, pride, and gratitude I have for you. And again, more to follow. And not to be forgotten, even though he's not in here right now, my grandson Collier. Collier is 2.5 years old, and although Collier is a fireman, he recognizes that G-Daddy is a soldier. To everyone here, thank you for joining us here today in this gorgeous facility, built as a testament to those who came before us and sacrificed so much on behalf of the nation. To me, there is no better venue to carry out this important ceremony and tradition. Those who constructed this memorial did so while reflecting back with admiration on their past, while also looking forward with determination to create a better future. Today, we also look back with pride on our history and resolve to work towards an even better USAFMCOM, Finance Corps, and Army. I am fortunate to have been supported in command by my deputy, Mr. Bill Staley. Bill, we go back a long ways to when you were a colonel at USAIR and I was a lieutenant colonel at CTAF, getting unparalleled support from you as I deployed to northern Iraq with the 173rd Airborne Brigade, and then again to Liberia on the Iwo Jima as part of JTF Liberia. The support has continued and increased during our time here at USAFMCOM, and I thank you for that. I've also had the unwavering support of 3 aides-de-camps, Captain Drew Weston, Captain Tyler White, and currently Captain Matt DeRosa. They are all here in attendance today, and they honor me with their presence. These young men supported the Command Sergeant Major and me as we traveled the world, and they functioned well above their pay grade. So we utilized them more as executive officers than aides. I'm continually impressed by their knowledge, their expertise, and their professionalism. Unfortunately, we couldn't keep Drew in the Army. I think he was just too smart. West Pointer, up in Michigan, getting an advanced degree now. Tyler, out in Fort Bliss, commanding a unit, getting ready to go to Afghanistan. And Matt getting ready to transition over to Brigadier General Bennett, go to the career course, and go off to the 173rd, little pattern there, as the S8 in Vicenza, Italy. I've also been blessed with 3 Command Sergeant Majors during my tenure. And once again, they're all here. 2 of them had to be because, well, 3 of them had to be. 2 of them work for the government, and Command Sergeant Major Ross is always with me. Command Sergeant Major retired Chris Reynolds was the first Command Sergeant Major of the transformed USAFMCOM, and he continues to serve and continues to support the Army in USAFMCOM as the Director of Business Process Standardization. Chris, thank you. Command Sergeant Major retired Chris Cosby. Sergeant Major Cosby was my first 2-star nominative CSM and continues to serve the Army also as the Director, Office of Expeditionary Support at DFAS, supporting all we do in theater. Chris, thank you. And my current nominative CSM, Courtney Ross. CSM Ross has been a trusted and valuable partner to me for the last 2 years as we have traveled the world supporting our mission of enterprise-wide financial management support to the Army. Command Sergeant Major Ross always gave me first-rate advice, and more importantly, he gave me his honest opinion and his friendship. Sergeant Major Denise and I cherish the time we've had with you and Jessica, and as the USFMCOM command team, and we wish you the very best in the future. So a little later this morning, we'll do a second ceremony, and I'll retire after 37 years and 23 days in the Army. As I thought about my time in command and started adding it up, it occurred to me I've been in command for 3 years, 7 months, and 23 days. So I think this is an appropriate time to go. As Sergeant Major Ross and I have traveled around as a command team, he has continually told me that I had a lucky star that followed me around. I seem to get upgraded on flights. I get better hotel rooms. So when I told him about the coincidence of the number 3723, he wrote it down and said, I'm going to get a pick 4. Sergeant Major, if you win, I expect half the pot. So how did Denise and I get here to Indianapolis with the honor and privilege of commanding this great organization? In the summer of 2015, we were looking forward to retirement and actually had orders in hand with a retirement date of 31 December. I went to see Mr. Spear while he was the Assistant Secretary of the Army for Financial Management and Comptroller to get some advice on life after retirement. And sir, I'm glad I did. After we discussed retirement opportunities, Mr. Spear asked me if I had retirement orders, and I told him I did. He shook his head and said, well, that's a shame. I'm getting ready to stand up a 2-star command in Indianapolis. He then asked me, what would you think about staying in the Army? And I thought about Denise. I said, I think we'd like to do that. And I asked him if it was possible, and he said he would find out. Could I come back in the morning? So the next day I went in, and with permission from the Chief of Staff of the Army, things were set in motion to tear up my retirement orders and have me assigned to USAFMCOM. Mr. Spear, I can't thank you enough for the opportunity and for your trust in me to give me the opportunity to not only stay in the Army, but command this fine organization. So, thank you, sir. So to the soldiers, civilians, and contractors of the United States Army Financial Management Command, thank you for allowing me to serve with you and lead this incredible command. From being transformed to a 2-star command to growing in the areas of financial operations support, business process standardization, audit response, and systems support, the command has risen to every challenge it's faced, and I've had the distinct honor and privilege of overseeing much of that growth. I was there with you as we transformed from a field operating agency to a direct reporting unit to USAFMCOM. During that time, I was amazed at the creativity, tenacity, and passion that each of you displayed as you came in every day to take care of soldiers and their families and served as incredible stewards of taxpayer money. As I said Wednesday night at our farewell dinner, I was never supposed to be here in Indianapolis with the privilege of commanding this incredible unit, but I can't think of any place I would have rather been for the last 44 months. And now the command will transform once more as it moves from a direct reporting unit to a major subordinate command under AMC. Sir, thank you for your leadership. And the Army has chosen the right commander, Brigadier General Mark Bennett, to lead that transformation. Mark, Denise, and I wish you and Yvonne nothing but the best as you prepare to lead the command forward, which I know you will. I've known Mark for many years, and I'm continually impressed by his tactical and technical proficiency, and mostly his devotion to soldiers. Mark, as the command continues to evolve, you will be right there in the middle of it. You and USAFMCOM will find new and innovative ways to take care of our soldiers and their families so they can focus on their mission. And you will remain at the center of every operation, every exercise, every training opportunity, and I know you will excel. As I move on from this command into my next chapter of life, I know everyone assigned to USAFMCOM will give General Bennett the same respect and dedication to service you have blessed me with these last few years. So I'll simply end here by saying from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Service to soldiers, Army strong.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Commanding General, United States Army Financial Management Command, Brigadier General Mark S. Bennett.
Good morning, everyone. What a great day to be in the U.S. Army Financial Management Command. I'm going to take a quick break and ask the color guard to take another last knee bend. Thanks, guys. I'll be brief. General Perna, thank you for your presence and your kind words here today, and for the faith that you have placed in me to lead such an outstanding team of financial management professionals. I would also like to recognize Honorable Robert and Maggie Spear, Mrs. McKay, Lieutenant General Retired Stanton, Lieutenant General Horlander, and other GOs, SES's senior leaders, family, friends, and the USAFMCOM team. Thank you for your presence here today, both here in this auditorium as well as online live. Thanks again to the Indiana Army National Guard, Quartet, and Chaplain Smith, as well as the USAFMCOM team for putting this whole event together. This is truly an incredible opportunity, and I look forward to continuing to work with the entire finance, comptroller, and sustainment community in the coming months as FMCOM transfers to its new home under the Army Materiel Command. I also look forward to showcasing the amazing work and accomplishments of the FMCOM team as we continue to support the Army's priorities of readiness, modernization, and reform, while recognizing that all of our efforts also support our people, which are our greatest asset. Major General Coburn, thank you for your 37 years of service and dedication to the Army, the nation, our soldiers, civilians, and their families. We are all incredibly grateful for all of your leadership contributions, starting from your commissioning to your time as the Ranger instructor, through your service as the J-8 for the Multinational Security and Transition Command Iraq, which is where we first met, and to your final assignment here leading this exceptional team in USAFMCOM. Sir, under your leadership, FMCOM has grown and developed into the central hub of tactical and technical support at echelon across the enterprise, for our Army Finance and Comptroller community. Not only have you positioned the command to train, equip, and guide the Army's Finance and Comptroller soldiers and civilians, you've placed the command in a ready state of looking forward to the future, prepared to enable our warfighters and leaders with the timely financial information to enable decision-making to face our nation's enemies in tomorrow's battle space. Command Sergeant Major Ross, I've enjoyed getting to know you these last few weeks. You're the epitome of a senior NCO, and you've created a culture of excellence in this command. I must also thank you for the professionalism on display here today. All of my accomplishments as an officer have been due in large part to the hard work and guidance of the Non-Commissioned Officer Corps, and I look forward to working with you and rely heavily on you, your experience, and your counsel. To my family, Yvonne, Allison, and Matthew, your love and unwavering support has made our family truly special. I recognize that it has not always been easy with multiple separations and sacrifice. Yvonne, the strength of our family flows through you. I love you all so much, and I'm so happy that we are here together today. To my USAFMCOM team and family, I'm going to make several commitments to you, and I'll ask just one thing of you in return. You can expect unwavering dedication from me. I will fight for you to have the resources and time you need to succeed. I will give you the guidance and direction you need to align your goals with those of the Army. I will communicate clearly and directly with you to eliminate confusion and provide you with the clear-cut expectations. I will listen and respect you as subject matter experts, and I will give you all the latitude I can muster so that you may take the initiative and find innovative solutions to problems that we face today and those we will face tomorrow as our Army moves from the industrial age to the information age. I know full well that you were the reason for the command's success in the past, and you are the key to that success in the future. While these are my commitments to you, all I ask for you in return may sound simple, but it is no easy task. I ask that you show up each and every day and care. Care about the mission and your job. Care about doing the right things the right way. Care about finding new and better ways to service our soldiers, civilians, and their families. Care about the men and women to the left and right of you. They are your teammates and will have your back. And finally, care about your family. Take time for them. I have repeatedly learned one thing in my career is that the support we receive from our families, that is vital to our well-being and our success. Take care of them, and they will take care of you. In the end, I promise to give you my very best and care about the USAFMCOM team and their families. All I ask is that you care enough to give this command your best. With that said, and without further ado, I'll end with a very old Army tradition. All policies and procedures remain in effect. Service to soldiers, Army strong.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the singing of the Army song and the departure of the official party. The words of the Army song are printed on the inside back cover of your program. March along, sing our song with the Army of the free. Count the brave, count the true, who have fought to victory. We're the Army and proud of our name. We're the Army and proudly proclaim. First to fight for the right and to build the nation's might, and the Army goes rolling along. Fighting till the gray of dawn, fighting till the battle's won, and the Army goes rolling along. And it's hi, hi, hey, the Army's on its way. Count off the cadence loud and strong. For where'er we go, you will always know that the Army goes rolling along. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain in your seats until the family members of Major General Coburn and Brigadier General Bennett are escorted from the auditorium. Please feel free to join General Perna as he congratulates Major General and Mrs. Coburn and welcomes Brigadier General and Dr. Bennett to USAFMCOM in the grand lobby behind the auditorium. The receiving line begins to the left as you face the rear of the auditorium. Major General Coburn's retirement ceremony will be conducted here in the Pershing Auditorium in approximately 30 minutes. We will provide a 5-minute notice prior to the start of the ceremony. Feel free to explore the outstanding exhibits at this magnificent museum during the interval. This concludes today's ceremony. Thank you for attending. Service to soldiers, Army strong.